Get ready for the dictation. 10 seconds, 5 seconds, start. Ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure to be with you today to take part in the annual general meeting of the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Calcutta. At the outset, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to address this meeting. You are very well aware that our 5-year plans have given a big hope to our people for a better future. There are signs of development in our farms and factories. By and large, there has been a commendable display of mutual goodwill between different sections of our ancient society. I am aware that we are passing through a rather difficult period at the present moment, particularly in regard to economic conditions in our country. Unfortunately, agricultural production during the last few years did not show as great an increase as was expected at one time. As a result, there is shortage in food items and increase in their prices. We had a very bitter lesson from our experience during the last 1 year. First and foremost, efforts to increase agricultural production on a long term basis deserve the highest priority. I wish to point out in this connection that our food production increased at the rate of 4% per annum during the last two plan periods. A significant feature was that in some parts of the country, an increase of more than 5% was achieved, while in some other parts there was only an increase of about 1%. There is no reason why the high rates of growth attained in some parts of the country, the farmer has to be provided with all facilities such as better seeds, better manures, and irrigation facilities. The government is trying to do its best in this regard. However, the agricultural departments in the states have to be much more active. They must have more accurate figures about the production of different crops. The government must not only work for the supply of all the facilities required by the farmers, but it must also see to it that they are fully utilized. There must be a common and consistent link between these departments and the farmers so that one helps and supports the other. The accent in the next 5-year plan must be on the well being of the common man. In the course of the next 10 years or so, it will be our aim to ensure a minimum living standard to our people. In the realization of this objective, the private sector will necessarily have to play an important role. With this in view, the investment envisaged in the private sector as a whole would be more than 40% of the total investment in the next 5-year plan. We in India are very well aware that industrialization is also important for the economic development of our country. It is essential because it increases the supply of goods which people need. It also provides employment and livelihood to our growing population in a much faster way. We are also aware that there are many difficulties in the way of setting up new industries. The shortage of foreign exchange is the major problem. I am, however, happy to tell you that many developed countries in the world have to come forward to help us in the matter of setting up new industries in India. We are much thankful to these countries. I once again thank you for the opportunity given to me and wish you success in your deliberations. Letter from Mrs. Brown and Company, London, to the Executive Director, National Enterprises Limited, Bombay. Dear Sir, we have great pleasure in acknowledging the receipt of your letter of the 25th instant. We thank you very much for your further order for the supply of the electric motors. We, however, regret to inform you that we are not able to accept your order at the prices mentioned in our last catalog. This is because of the increase in the prices of raw materials in the recent times. We therefore request you kindly to consider all our previous catalogs as cancelled. We wish to state in this connection that we have informed our customers about the increase in prices by a circular letter dated the 22nd instant. But we find from our register that your name is not in the list. It must have been omitted through some mistake on the part of our staff, for which we tender our sincere apologies. We now enclose a copy of our new catalog from which you will be able to see the correct price of the electric motors which you may require. We can deliver them at the shortest possible notice. We have every hope that this small increase in price of these motors will not in any way affect our business in view of their high reputation in the market. Hoping to hear from you in due course. Yours faithfully,